Other than the orcs, which we explored in the previous video, elves are another of the significant inhabitants of the Middle-earth in the Lord of the Rings author J.R.R. Tolkien's Legendarium. Elves have been a staple of European folklore long before Tolkien was born. So how did that mythology inspire Tolkien in his creation of his own version of elves? As a well-read scholar, Tolkien most likely derived his elves from a wide array of sources. Plenty of ancient poetry and languages around Northern Europe, most especially in Old English, gave him his inspiration. Just like the orcs, the Old English ancient poem Beowulf spoke of the elves. It was one of the tribes alongside the orcs and ettins or giants condemned by God. And as a noteworthy Beowulf scholar, Tolkien must have personally encountered the elves here. Tolkien was most likely inspired as well from the elves of Norse mythology, more specifically from the Edda, the best source for modern knowledge on Norse mythology, written in Iceland during the early 13th century. In Edda, there are the Dokkalfar or the Dark Elves who live in Svartalfheim, and the Jossalfar or the Light Elves who live in Alfheim. In comparison to Tolkien's world, there are the Calaquendi and the Moriquendi, the former being the Elves of the Light or the Light Elves, the elves who had seen the light of the two trees in Valinor, while the latter being the Elves of Darkness or the Dark Elves, the elves who did not witness it. Despite the similarity, Tolkien made it clear in a letter that his elves differ from those of the Scandinavian mythology. The supernatural race Tuatha Danaan of the Celtic mythology has also been said to be an inspiration, specifically for Tolkien's clan of elves named Noldor. But his strongly worded letter about comparisons of his works to Celtic mythology, in particular about the names he used, might say otherwise. He wrote, "Needless to say, they are not Celtic, neither are the tales. I do not know Celtic things, many in their original languages, Irish and Welsh, and feel for them a certain distaste, largely for their fundamental unreason. They have bright color, but are like a broken stained glass window reassembled without design. They are in fact mad, as your reader says, but I don't believe I am." Prominent Tolkien scholar Tom Shippey theorized that Tolkien derived his description of elves from the South English Legendary, a Middle English compilation of saints' lives written around 1250. And often shaped like women on many secret paths, men see great numbers of them, dancing and sporting. These are called elves, and often they come to town, and by day they are much in the woods, by night up on the high downs. It is safe to say that we cannot perhaps pinpoint Tolkien's exact inspiration for his elves. Perhaps he himself could not pinpoint them. Perhaps some of its inspirations were taken unconsciously from a multitude of sources, especially from how well read of a philologist he was. Wherever he has taken his inspiration from, Tolkien's elves have definitely inspired the elves that came after them, from the elves of Dungeons & Dragons to Warcraft, and many more. So what's your favorite iteration of elves? Do you prefer the more tribal versions, the daintier forest dwellers, or, wildcard answer, the ones associated with good old St. Nicholas and the winter holidays? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the Generalists channel so you can be notified whenever a new video comes out.